Hi everyone, this is Joanna. Welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you guys have 5 minutes this weekend, just 5 minutes, you can totally pull this project off. It was a very impromptu pendant and I took out some of my supplies and I started playing with them. So if you do not like multi-steps in your projects and you want something quick, this is a perfect project for you. Let me show you how I made these. And I'm starting off by rolling out white clay on the thickest setting of the pasta machine. I'm also going to use a stencil. This one is Tim Holtz Decayed layering stencil. I love using stencils. I use them in my card making all the time, and they can be easily used with clay. Now this is one of my favorites mica powders, Imperial Emerald by Meyspring, and this one I still cannot pronounce, but it's really gorgeous, and I'll write down in the description below. You also will need a brush that is really fluffy and soft, and you guys are set at this point. So I'm trying to find the busiest spot on my stencil, and just think about stencils. How many stencils do we all have in our craft room? Just take any of them and start pressing it into the clay. Thing is that you really do not want to have any empty spots between the clay and the stencil, because otherwise the mica powder is going to go in it, go in the grooves that you really want them to be white. And right now it's all fun and games. We're just going to be applying the mica powder to our clay. Now you can see that I'm using my brush and I'm going very slower than I usually would, and because I want to make sure that it gets into all the grooves and crannies, but because my stencil is really attached to the clay, it's not going to go into the parts that are supposed to stay white. So it's up to you how you are going to apply the mica powder. Now I'm going to go with the lighter color, which I still cannot pronounce. I really need to learn how to pronounce it because it's really beautiful. I've used it on many projects. Now a big thing about this is when you're done with the mica powder, you really want to brush it off. Brush. You don't want to have any mica powder on your stencil, because when you're going to lift it, you're going to have a disaster. So here I am, I'm going back and forth applying some of the darker one, and then I went with the lighter one again, which you cannot see, but I really love this emerald color. It's just so beautiful. And there you have it. I'm getting ready to pull my stencil up, so let's make sure that it's nice and clean and no mica powder on it. And there you have it. Let me show you how easily it just comes off. It really does, and it is, oh my gosh, it leaves such a beautiful image behind. And there are so many stencils that we can actually use for a pendant. Wow, it just possibilities are really endless. And there you have it. I managed to keep the wide grooves white without any excess of mica powder, so I'm very happy right now. Okay, now I'm going to just cut it. This is a very simple cut. You don't even need anything for it. You know, you can freehand it. I mean, whatever. And it's really funny because I'm like, what am I doing in the video? And yes, of course, I'm saving some of the white clay because I'm so cheap and I don't want to waste any white clay. And this thing, my friends, is going to be ready to be baked at 270 degrees for 30 minutes. That's how simple this pendant comes together. And of course, after it was baked, I added some resin to it. You can see how beautiful it is. But before anything else, I need to figure out how to attach the backing to it, because I want to put it on that. Well, it's not a string, wire, I guess. So and I'm going to use one of the bezels that you just glue onto the back. So I'm kind of trying to figure out how is it going to look good, how low do I want the bezel to go, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just attaching the bezel with my finger. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to put the wire through, and then I'm going to kind of get an idea how high I want the bezel to go, just for the pendant to look really nice. And to attach the bezel to my pendant, I'm going to use E6000, which everyone should have E6000. If you're not going to use it in craft room, you're going to use it at home. It's such a good clay. What am I saying? Clay. It's awesome glue. So I did not do the neatest job here, but it's going to work. And you're going to let it dry for 24 hours. And there you have it. I'm just showing you how nice and flat it is. And your pendant is ready to be worn. The colors are magnificent. They truly are. Unless you have that mica powder at home, you almost cannot imagine how beautiful it is, because my camera doesn't even pick up the beauty of it. But there you have, friends. If you have 5 minutes, this was such an easy project, and all of us crafters have a stencil laying around that you guys can use today on a pendant. So grab it, do it, make a pendant. Well, have a great weekend, guys, and till next time, ta-ta.